Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a full face of first impressions, a title you haven't heard in the longest while. Now I feel like I stopped doing full face of first impressions for a couple of different reasons, starting off with the overwhelming amount of launches. Like we were having launches left, right and center and it hit me in the face. It was a lot, all at once. And secondly, I felt like I needed to do like deep dive reviews for you all, like testing out 45 days and whatnot. And while I still stand by that, I feel like we can find a newer sort of balance wherein I can do like a full face of first impressions once a month, and then we can have a follow up in forms of like top 5 under 500 products I regret buying, products I'm currently loving, and all of that. So let me know if that setup works out for you guys. I feel like this might work for all of us because I want to talk about newer launches as well, which is the theme for this video. I have hot off the rack new launches. The oldest launch in this I feel is like 3 months, but most of these are launches that happened within like the last 1 month. So that's very, very exciting. And I'm not gonna blabber and make this intro any longer because this video is gonna be a very chatty one. I'm a chatty Cathy in this one. So without any further ado, if you want to know my first impressions on a lot of new products, then please keep on watching. Let's start at the scratch. It's prime time, baby, and I have my L'Oreal Infallible Lasting Primer with me right here. And the claims of this one are out there, okay? They're astronomical claims. So let me quickly read it out for you guys. It says it's smoothen and even out skin complexion. Prep the skin for a mattified yet hydrated base that holds your makeup up and fresh and not oily all day long. So basically a full list of oxymorons on this packaging itself, but we're going to try it out and see if that's true for ourselves or not. Now I have dry skin, so this is a mattifying yet hydrating primer which is supposed to smoothen out the skin. So I'm thinking it's going to be something like a silicone primer but with like a velvety finish, like base magique but like in a tube form, like a thinner form. Let's see if that's true. Let's see the texture. Oh, it's much more liquidy than I thought. We'll take about that much. Gonna quickly, it feels like a moisturizer, like a serum-y moisturizer. It's extremely thin, like it's thinner than I thought it would be. I'm gonna start applying it on my face. Oh, it feels nice, has a good amount of perfume in there as well. Just applying this. It feels like a moisturizer. It does not feel like a primer, like a moisturizing primer. That feels nice. Not gonna lie, that feels really nice. That got absorbed into my skin really quickly. My skin feels slightly tacky, like ever so slightly tacky, which is perfect for a primer. And it feels good. Like it does feel slightly moisturized as well. I wouldn't say that it looks extremely matte. Like it looks very skin-like not extremely dewy, not extremely matte, like somewhere in between. Skin-like is what I would say. Now, moving on to the next product, I'm really excited for this one. Now, this is a new brand altogether. I am talking about Color Chemistry. I have their concealer pencils. I have two shades with me right here. I'm going to do something different today. I generally always apply concealer on top of my foundation, but today I'm going to use one of the shades. This is the shade Bamboo because it has a little bit of orange undertone in it as a color corrector underneath my foundation, because we are going to be using like a lightweight foundation and my dark circles have been giving me a little bit of a hard time. So I'm going to use this, and then using the shade Meadow, I am going to top off my foundation later on as a highlighting concealer. But let's go in with Bamboo first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it right here. Ooh, this pencil is creamy. I was honestly a little skeptical because I've used like pencil concealers and all of that and generally end up being very hard, and I'm used to like using a liquid which is like the most fluid form out there. So for me, going in with something like this is a little something that I go in with a closed mind and not like the most open mind of sorts. So I'm just going to apply it here. I'm first going to check out how well it blends with my finger, because I feel like products like these work the best with fingers, as your fingers give them a little bit of warmth to melt down. So I'm just blending it out. It does have like a nice amount of coverage as well. I thought again it would be more like, gone into thin air for some reason. But yeah, it does have a little bit of coverage. It is color correcting my dark circles of sorts. But you know what? I'm also going to go in with a brush and see how this performs with a brush on the other eye. So I'm just actually concentrating it on this area itself. I'm not like blending it out fully because I want my deepest area of my dark circles to be color corrected. Okay, by the first looks of it, I can easily say that the brush side retained much more coverage than the finger side. I feel like my finger did pick up a little bit of that product as well, and it's in the ridges of my fingerprint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit more right here to balance both of the eyes out, and then go in with my brush and just blend it out. You know what? Let's go all out. I'm going to take the same concealer pencil and I'm also going to color correct this little bit of a pesky pimple situation. And even right here, I have like a huge pimple incoming, like a nice cystic one with no head to pop it out, and I can't do anything about it. Just talking also hurts right now because it is painful. I'm also going to go on the corners of my nose. This looks very, very natural, and that's why I'm going that all out. I generally don't even color correct. But you know what? It's good to switch things up. I've been breaking out a lot, like a lot, for unknown reasons. Like I genuinely don't know. So I'm just gonna color correct all over. We're going to town with this. We are. I'm just gonna color correct all of that. And this is so creamy. I'm so surprised still. I'm gonna go back in with my brush because I feel like that's gonna help me with the coverage. And I'm just going to blend it out. Look at how beautifully that is blending out. Like it looks like my skin. Wow. Wow. I'm impressed. I am just gonna be blending. How am I even holding my brush? I'm so sorry, guys. I just like बह गई मैं भावनाओं में because of how beautiful this concealer is looking on the skin. If you find a shade that is like exactly your skin tone, you can literally just wear it by itself. I feel like this one might be like the shade Meadow, might be my exact match. Let me quickly just check. Where should I check? Why am I doing this though? Yep. I've hit the jackpot. On days when I don't feel like wearing base makeup, I'll just use this, blend it out, like give it a quick blend and done. Generally, what happens with me is I don't end up doing a lot of those looks where it's like just concealer and nothing else because I feel like you can see that demarcation. But with this concealer, at least till right now, I can't see that demarcation, and that's beautiful. And even though this is a color that is slightly more orangey for me, it's blending out so beautifully on the skin. Nice. Now that I'm done with my crazy color correction, it's time to move the party to a foundation. I have Kiro Beauty's Daily Dewy Serum Foundation with me right here. And I've been seeing this going around on the internet. People have been loving this. Now, this one is supposed to be like the lightweight, light coverage, everyday dewy finish foundation or a skin tint, you can say. And I have two shades with me right here. So hopefully one of them will match. Fingers crossed. That's my biggest nightmare when I do like full face of first impressions. That what if the shades don't match me and I end up looking like an Oompa Loompa or maybe say like a dead corpse, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. But I have to tell myself that this is more about the reviews than me looking flawless. So we're going to do it. We're going to do that. Now, the shades that I have with me are Sun Beige 02 and Almond Beige 03. I'm going to test them out on my jawline and see which one matches me the best. But before that, I have a quick little something to say about it. Now, this one has hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, and niacinamide in it. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Now, hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, they're pretty common in makeup ingredients. A lot of brands have been using them for eons. But with vitamin C is where my ick is starting, because vitamin C needs to be paired with a sunscreen for it to not be photosensitive. And if you're wearing something that has vitamin C on top of your sunscreen and going out in the sun, then it's going to be an issue. And because it's supposed to be like a daily foundation, like a lightwear foundations, you're definitely going to be stepping out in this one, right? So yep, that is something I am a little concerned about. I'm not too sure about that. So let's move on and see how this actually looks on the skin. I'm going to first swatch out 02. So here we go. Let's step. Oh, should I shake it first though? Yep, let me shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Let me see you shake it. This is a Maybelline song, no? And then let's squeeze out the product. Okay. Oh, it's thicker than our primer. Wasn't expecting that. This is the shade Sun Beige. This seems like this could be it. But let me swatch it right here. Yeah, this could be it, right? This could be. But still, let's swatch Almond Beige, because until you try everything out, you don't know what's going to be the best for you. And once I'm done with that, let me take it out right here. Oh no, yeah, this is going to be, this is not going to be a match for me. This definitely looks much deeper. This definitely does look much deeper, but still, let's quickly. Yep, this is the one. We're going in with Sun Beige. This is the texture. You can see it's not the thinnest texture. I was expecting it to be slightly thinner, not gonna lie. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dot it on my face. I'm gonna do one side with my hands and see how this looks. I think that much is enough. I'm just gonna tap on it and see how this blends out. This is blending out really easily though. It feels like it's getting thinner by the touch. the warmth of my fingers, if I may say so. And the coverage seems nice. It doesn't seem as low again as I was expecting it to be, because it says that it's more like a dewy everyday finish kind of a thing. And these days, that means like almost non-existent coverage. And everyone seems to be still buying it. I would any day still prefer going for like a medium or a full coverage foundation and then just like dialing the opacity down according to my liking, because I have option that way. But if I have a lower coverage foundation, I don't have the option of like building it up to like a full coverage thing. Okay, not bad. It doesn't look streaky even with like, blending it out with my hands. And this has started looking a lot more yellow now. Oh, is it oxidizing already? Let me just quickly, dot some on this side of my face as well. And for this side, I'm actually going to go in with my favorite foundation brush of all time, which does not seem to be available anywhere, which is freaking me out. But thankfully, I have a couple of these. And I'm just going to start blending it out with this one now. This is much more easier and quicker and looks better on the skin. Like there's a definite difference in the finish. This one looks much more natural than this one. Blending, blending, blending. See, look at that difference in the finish. I'm sure, I hope actually, that the camera is picking it up, but with the brush, and I feel like the brush has to be credited as well. This is a beautiful brush, but it actually looks much, much, much more natural on the brush side. The foundation is on and the coverage is pretty medium. I do really like it. It looks natural on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels like I have nothing on, which is great. Love that for me. But we will be checking for oxidization in a bit once this has been on for say about 30 minutes or so. But let's get back to the product that has me really excited. I'm talking about my Color Chemistry concealer pencils, and I'm now using the shade Meadow, and I'm going to be highlighting my skin up. So I'm going to go again to town with this one. I'm just going to be highlighting because I feel like with lighter coverage foundations I need to go in slightly more ham with my concealer, because I don't like my dark circles. I don't know if you like your dark circles or not, but personally not a fan of mine, so I like to cover them up. So I'm just highlighting the normal areas that I like to highlight, and this is so creamy. Look at how beautifully this went on the skin. My major problem with again products like this is the tugging and pulling, but this just like glided on smooth like butter. I'm going back in with my brush because I like the way this blends with the brush, and I'm just blending it out. It is again blending so nicely. Like these. I like these. I just now hope that they don't crease too quickly and they sit well with other products as well. That is my only hope. Listen, I'm sorry, but are you looking at that? How beautifully is this blending out? And think about how travel friendly is this. Like no breakage, no leakage, no nothing, and easy to use. My heart is so happy right now. I think my only concern with these concealer pencils would be the sharpening aspect, because they're not the normal pencil size, neither are they most jumbo size, and those are the only two sharpener sizes that I personally own. So I'll have to look into if they're also doing sharpeners for these pencils, or if I have to use a blade and then like scrape it like that, because that's not my favorite thing to do. So sharpener is the only thing that I'll need to be checking out for this one. But honestly guys, this looks phenomenal. And the part that I'm most scared about, like my foundation and my concealer are done and my base looks phenomenal according to me. Like it looks so skin-like yet so, just it looks so good. It's now time to powder down this face and make sure that this gloriousness lasts all day, all night. I have Forever 52's loose translucent powder with me right here, and this is in the shade translucent white. It also comes in a yellow shade, and I do have that, but that is a little too deep for me, so I don't want to open it up and waste it like that. I can pass it on to someone who can use it much better than I can, so I'm going to go in with this one. Now for this one, the biggest thing I'm going to be testing it out for is flashback, because generally powders like these tend to have that. So let's put it to the test. I will be including a flash test, a photo or something towards the end of this video, where I will be talking more about the products and my overall thoughts about them. I did not unseal it, so a little ASMR for you. And the plastic sheet is off, and we do have like a nice sifter in here, and you can like switch it off as well. Switch it off, you can cover it up, which is nice because loose powders tend to get really messy, and that's something I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm gonna go in with like a flat brush like this. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that powder, not a lot, just a teensy meensy bit. Don't have enough. I'm going to coat my brush with it. You know what? Let me just take out a little bit of this on the cap because I can't see. I've taken a tiny amount of powder. I'm going to use that for one eye. So I'm going into the cap. This is flying everywhere very easily. This is very, very finely milled. So it's flying everywhere. My brush is not able to retain most of it. But I'm just going to powder my eyes down. Again, I can see it flying in front of my eyes. I'm not too sure if the camera is capturing it or not because it's too finely milled. It's soft and nice and it's quite mattifying. Look at that difference. Look at that difference. It's crazy how mattifying that is. And it doesn't have a white cast as of right now, but I'm not baking with it. I feel like the white cast comes more with baking than anything else. I'm taking a little bit more for the other eye and just patting it down and ensuring everything is nicely locked and sealed into place. As usual, I'm also setting around my mouth because that's the only area I crease. If you are oily, you can set the rest of your face as well. This does not feel heavy or too powdery. I'm also going to do a little bit on my nose, just a teensy bit. Doesn't feel too heavy or powdery at all. As I said, it's quite finely milled. It's floating everywhere. That's one issue. But yeah, it's quite finely milled. It doesn't feel cloggy on the skin. A lot of times when you apply like heavy duty loose powders, they can feel like woo, everything has been sucked out of your skin, like all of the moisture and everything has been sucked out, especially during winter times. But right now I don't feel like that with this one, which is nice. It's time to bronze up the skin now, and the product that I have for it has an extremely interesting packaging, so I wanted to quickly show you that. I have my Tipsy Beauty Ching bronzer with me right here. Now this is what it looks like. Looks literally like a bar of gold with a card inside, but then you have this area where you can hold the card from, which is very difficult to do if you have nails. So that is going to be an issue right now for me at least, but you can just slide it like that with the help of your thumb as well. And you have the product in here, and this is what it looks like a card. It basically just says self-made with a dollar sign for S. It's cute, right? It's cute. It's a little trippy, but it also tipsy. I feel like I just don't want to like scrape my product once I'm like putting the card back in, but I feel like the slots are a little away from the product, so that's not going to be an issue. But yeah, this is what the packaging looks like. It's different, it's nice, and it has two bronzers in there. I feel like one is matte, one is shimmery. Let me quickly swatch it to see. So I feel like this one is the matte side. This is what it looks like. Yes, this is matte. And then this is definitely more shimmery, more glowy. So yeah, you have two options in here. That's nice. Now this one has flecks of glitter in there, which seem to have gone away once you swatch it, so you only have like that glow and not the glitter particles, which is again nice to know because I'm not like into glittery bronzer, but I like a glowy bronzer any day. So I'm gonna go in with my brush. I'm actually gonna pick up, should we do glowy, should we do matte? That is the question. We're going for like a dewy skin like thing, so let's just do the glowy one right here, and we'll also test out if the glitter flecks are going to transfer or not. So I'm going to take it with a nice rounded brush like this. I'm going to tap off the excess because I don't want orange streaks on my cheek, and then I'm going to start applying it right here. Oh, this is subtle, and I have brush fallout happening on my face, but this is subtle. We can go in with a little bit more and more brush fallout. Why is my brush giving up on me right now? I'm going to take care of that. Wow, I have brush hair everywhere on my face right now, but are you looking at that? Are you looking how gorgeously that's going on the skin? And it has a little bit of sheen, not a lot, just the tiniest bit, which looks very natural and very nice, especially great if you want to get... I dropped my cover for the product, but obviously it's my video, something has to drop. Yeah, so I was saying it's good if you want to go for that natural sun-kissed look, if you're going to like a beach vacay or something and you just want like a glowy bronzer, but you're going out at night as well and you want something to be more like contoury and chiselly. You have both of these in here. Don't know though how safe the packaging would be if you are going on like a vacay and you're not too aware of where your things are kept. That is something you'll have to consider. But this is going on really nicely. It's not going on blotchy or patchy, and that is the biggest concerns with bronzers and contours. Like they can get patchy like this. So yeah, I am also going to be bronzing up the chin. I was about to say the cheek, but this is the chin. It's not the cheek, Shreya. It's not the cheek. basic human body knowledge that even a small kid knows. But I tend to get confused with that. I'm also going to apply a little bit on my nose, just the tiniest bit, to bronze that up. You know, I don't want to jinx it, but I still have to say it because it's on the top of my head. This is actually going really well. I'm liking how my face is looking right now. Like, I'm really happy with how it's going. Like, it's natural, but it's also polished and all of that. Like, my taste right now. So, let's move on to the blush because I've been loving blushes, something I never thought I would say 5 years ago, but I've been into blushes. And the blush that I have today that I want to test out is from Maybelline. It's their Fit Me Blush, the new revamped version. And this is in the shade Brave. Now, this has a lot of glitter particles on it and like a brick print on it as well. I don't know why the bricks are there, honestly. But yeah, we have that with us right here. I don't want the glitter particles to be on my face. Sheen, yeah, love it for me, but glitter, not too sure. Like, I feel again the specs are only surface level and not the actual blush, and they would get dusted away once you're applying it on your face. So let's hope for the best, cross our fingers, and make sure that our base stays the way it is, which is phenomenal. I'm taking up this product and dusting off the excess, smiling and applying it on my cheeks right here. I feel like this brush is a little too fluffy for this blush because nothing came. One more go, otherwise I'll change my brush up. Do you see anything? Do you see anything? Okay, a little bit of color. Ooh, there's a lot of glow in there. Do we even need highlighter after this? I have a highlighter picked out, but do we need it? Let me try the side of my brush and not the front part or the top part. Side of the brush, have the color in here. You can see it. Smiling, applying. Let me check the pigmentation of this one with a swatch. Yeah, has, but I feel like the shade might be slightly light for me, and maybe that's why it's not showing up as much as I would prefer it to show up, especially because it's winter season and I've been loving the tickled pink look. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. Now we are talking. We have a little bit of color going on. Going on well. It's not going on patchy. That is nice. The glow is unreal. Let me add a little bit more here as well. Can never have enough blush. Never. Okay, the blush looks pretty. I feel like I need to try a deeper shade, something that's a better fit for me. But right now I'm confused that do I want to do highlighter or not, because I do have a slightly intense product with me right here. Again, this is from Forever 52. This is Glow Gals. It's a loose highlighter, and this size, honestly, if you're a bridal makeup artist, this is the size you want to go for, because one of this would last you through I don't even know how many brides. But this is in the shade GGH001. Doesn't have a name, just the number. But look at it. It looks chunky. Doesn't it look chunky, you guys? Like, it looks like a glitter, not a highlighter, but a glitter. So I'm a little afraid. You know what? Let's just swatch it first and then take a call. Ooh, it has a plastic coating that my nails won't be able to get through. This is the only part, and a lot of other parts that I don't like about nails, like you can't, eat roti properly, sabji mein se nahi dal sakte, and all of that, because then they get stained and whatnot, and you're spending so much money. You don't want them to be stained on the first day, so you have to eat and not. You can't even enjoy food if you're not eating properly. But I don't even know why I'm going towards food when this is clearly a makeup video. Let me try and poke a hole in one of the perforations and see if that works, because I'm not able to get a hold of the plastic. You know what? Let's just cut here. Okay, I successfully poked a hole in one of the perforations. I'm actually going to take out a little bit of this product, and then we're going to decide if we are going ahead with this or not, because it seems a little too chunky. Like, look at, even in the plate, it looks chunky and glittery, not highlighty, right? It doesn't look highlighty. Oh, but it, okay. Oh, okay. Let me give you a swatch, because this, oh, from flakes, it has melted of sorts and become this gorgeous, iridescent, like wet look highlighter. Ooh, we are in for a treat today. Like, it still is glittery, don't get me wrong, but it has like a wet sheen of sorts to it. Ooh, okay, interesting. Let me take out a little bit more. We have glitter particles in there. Then I'm going to go in with my brush, my trusty old little highlighter brush, and we're going to apply it to the tops of our cheeks right here. I can see glitter all over me, like floating in the air. Okay. This looks extremely subtle on the cheeks. Like it's inversely proportionate to how chunky it looks in the jar. I am kind of surprised. Kind of. I don't know what to feel about it. Like I don't know what to feel about it because generally you buy a product by looking at it, and if you bought it because you wanted a glitter, then you're getting not glitter. But yeah, and I'm not sure if I like the effect on my skin. Like I have used better highlighters because yeah, this has like a nice sheen to it, but I don't know. Is this our first bummer for this video? Maybe. Like, are we considering the blush to be a bummer because I feel it's more about the shade than the formulation? But yeah, very okay. This is a mediocre product. The bars are set high, so this does not make it there. It's time to take a quick little shower in my setting spray, and I have another Fit Me product to try out. This is the Matte and Polish Setting Spray, and I'm so excited to try this out again because I've heard great things about this one. So I'm just gonna spritz this all over. Ooh, the mister is fine. And then I'm just gonna fan down my base, my face, and hope that this does not have any splotchy splash marks on my face, that my base looks phenomenal still, that the glitter becomes a little less evident because I saw like a close-up mirror and the glitter from the highlighter is like very, very evident. So I am just gonna fan. Okay, we have one good news and one bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Let's go with the good one because we need that in our life. So, no splotchy marks. Bad news, the glitter from the highlighter is still there. So, we're gonna make do with that. Now, I'm just gonna bring you guys in a little bit more closer, just a tiny bit more closer because we're gonna start off with our eyes and you need to see all of that a little up close and personal. Okay, now that we are nearer to each other, you can see my base also a little better. How does it look? How does it look? I really like it. I honestly really like it. And it feels very lightweight as well. It does not feel like I have anything on my face except the highlighter. Maybe we could have skipped that. But overall, I really like my base. But as I said, it's time to move on to the eyes now. And the first thing we need to do is fill into the brows. I have Plum I Swear by Brow Definer. Now, basically, this is a brow pencil, which is like an angled brow pencil like that. This is in the shade Ash Black. And it also has a spoolie in there, a fat and thick spoolie. I do like a tapered spoolie much more, but this will do. This reminds me a lot of Sugar's eyebrow pencil as well. But I'm just going to start off by combing out my brows so that there are no knots in my brows, there's no stuck up foundation in my brows, and all of that stuff which you need to make sure before you move in with your pencil. Now that that is out of the way, let's move on to the pencil side and see the product for what it is. The product, I am a little concerned that this is slightly thick and it does not have like one tapered end, like it's an oval but like with pointed ends. Hopefully you can see that. So that is a concern to me. So pencils like Goof Proof and all of that, they have like one pointed end, so it's like a teardrop, but this is more like an oval, if you can see. So yeah, that's a concern, but we'll see how this goes. So I am not gonna take a lot of the product up, just maybe this much. I'm gonna start by underlining my brows so that I have an idea of where to stop. Okay, so this seems like a drier formulation, which I like in my brow pencils. I don't like creamy brow pencils at all because I feel like they get stuck in the brow hair and they are a lot more, out there. Like they're very heavy on the brows. So I'm also going to start brushing this up so that I can mimic hair-like strokes. Ooh, that looks nice. That blended out so quickly and so beautifully. Did you see that? I mean, you did see that, but are you still seeing that or are you just listening to me while doing something else? That is the question. But I'm just gonna start defining the areas which are a little sparse for me. This is nice. Of course, like I need to use it a couple more times to be like completely sure, but like this is a full face of first impressions, not full face of 10th impressions. But yeah, this is, looks nice. I'm gonna do the other side really quickly as well. Same thing, different brow. So like starting off with the underlining aspect and then brushing it up. Yeah, it is going on really nicely and it's not clinging onto my brow hair, which is something I really like. They do have other shades, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I only have this one, I guess. They have launched like a couple of new makeup items, which I'm really excited about. Plum is killing it, like Juicy Chemistry in Plum, killing it, killing it. Love it. If you're looking for more budget friendly options, I feel like Plum is going to be your go to if budget is not a concern and you want some unique products. I feel like Color Chemistry is going to be a go to, or you can just try out both and, like, figure for yourself, or you can wait for more reviews from my side so I can figure it out for you guys. Either way, let me know what you want to do. Let me know our plan and I'll be up for it. But I'm going to brush this out, and basically our brows are done. They're done. Quick. That was quick. Now, before I go in with my eyeshadow, I'm actually going to go in with my liner because it is a smoky liner. I want to test it out. Like, I want to test out how well it smokes. That sounds wrong, but you get my point, right? I have with me the NYX Epic Smoke Liner with me right here, and I have two shades. Kind of confused which one I should go in with. We have a gray shade and a brown shade. The actual names are Slate Smoke and Mocha Match. I feel like I want to go in with Mocha Match because it's more difficult to get like a good brown liner than it is to get a good gray liner. Like any black liner that's not too pigmented would be a great gray liner, right? But brown is the tricky one. So let's go in with Mocha Match. So basically this has the goof proof shape, the teardrop shape that I was telling you about, which is again scary because this is an eyeliner, not an eyebrow pencil at this point of time. And the other side, we have a brush like this, the toothbrush brush. Do you remember those RT's brushes back in the day, the expensive ones? If you've been in the beauty space for a while, you would know what I'm talking about. But they had dupes left, right, and center. And what are they doing these days? I don't know what RT's is doing. I haven't kept up with them. So basically, you have that on the other side, so you can like smoke it out with that. And that's why I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow after my liner. Now again, this is kind of scary because this is not the thinnest brush. I generally like to smoke out my eyeliner with like a thin brush. This has a little bit of width to it, so let's hope I don't end up looking like a raccoon. That is going to be my biggest nightmare, right? So we're going to go in with the liner first. I'm going to take a little bit of it out, and I'm going to try and keep it close to the lash line, not too high because I don't want it to like go all the way up till my crease. Nice, creamy and pigmented, although not too sure about the shade because again it browns, I don't know, it's very difficult to get like a good brown done. Then I'm gonna go in with the brush and I'm gonna start brushing my eyes. That's what I'm gonna do because this looks like a toothbrush and I'm going back and forth, so brushing my eyes. How's that for a visual? Like, if you have like a good imagination, imagine that. Like, don't. I'm gonna throw up if I imagine that anymore. But I don't feel like it's. Is it smoking out well? I mean, it is kind of. But this brush, I'm not too sure because it's not giving me. It's not giving me what I need. And of course, if you are going to go for this liner, you are paying for the brush as well. So what's the point if it's not giving, right? But it smokes out really nice. Like the formulation is nice because it's smoking out so beautifully. The brush is the more tricky part. Should I try on the other eye with a brush that I would generally use? I think that's going to be a good idea, right? So I quickly grabbed a brush that I would typically use for smoking out my liners. It's short, it's stubby, it's thin so that I have precision in there. Love brushes like these for smoking out. So I'm going to go back in with my pencil, not the brush, the pencil. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. So I'm going to draw a line as close as possible to my lash line without going too overboard. Once I have that on, I'm going to go in with my brush this time and I'm going to start smoking this out. Oh, I automatically feel so much better because I have so much more control over the product. And you see how it's retaining a lot of its color as well. Like on this side, it has smoked out to almost nothingness. But on this side, even after getting smoky and lit, hopefully not lit, but just smoky, it is still retaining its color. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna balance both of these eyes out because right now it look like Willy Wonka. Final first impressions on the pencil. Love the formulation, so beautiful, creamy and easy to smudge out. The brush, not so much. But now let's move on to the eyeshadows because I'm really excited for these one. These are Northern Lights in a Pan by Mars. First of all, how cute is that name? Northern Lights in a Pan. Sign me up for that. Under the Northern Lights would be perfect. But for now, the pans would do. I have two shades with me right here. We have the shade Finland Flash, which is a beautiful pink, green. I don't even know how many colors are in there. It's like a shifting color. Like every single time I look at it, it's a different color. And then we have Norwegian Nights, which is a green, blue again. Crazy shifts in there. Crazy, crazy, crazy shifts. I am kind of confused. I feel like I want to go for the pink to green one today. And I am going to do exactly that. I'm going to go in with my fingers because I feel like products like these work best with your fingers. And ooh, look, oh my god, do you look that shift? It's so beautiful. Let me just put it on my eye. I want to scream. I honestly want to scream. Is the camera picking this up? Like, I want to move my head 360-degree for this. I'm not even kidding you. This is that beautiful. This is that beautiful. This is the shade Finland Flash, if we got confused right there. But oh my god, look at that. Look at... My liner completely got covered up, but that's not the point. The point is, how insane is this eyeshadow? How beautiful is this freaking eyeshadow? I was about to test out a palette, but then these came in the mail, and I was like, the palette can go to the side. I want to test these out. I actually want to compare them to my Natasha Denona shifts because this is insane. Mars, whatever you're doing, just keep doing because this is freaking insane in a good way, in the best way possible. This is so good. I'm going to quickly blend out my crease a little bit more. I feel like the crease could... Actually, you know what? I'm going to blend it with a clean finger because why just get brushes if you don't need brushes, right? This is so beautiful, guys. This eyeshadow, the shift. I'm sold. I am sold. I need to know if they have more colors. I'm sure if they are doing like the whole Northern Lights thing, then they would be having an eyeshadow for every country that Northern Lights has. So maybe like Iceland and even Canada, Alaska, all of that. I need to know. I'm going to check out their website because I'm going to buy all of these. So freaking pretty. You know what? Let me actually swatch Norwegian Nights for you as well because this also looks so beautiful. It looks like the perfect peacock shade. Did you? Did I, Mars did that? Mars went there. They popped off. This is so beautiful. I'm in love. I'm in love, guys. I realized I should also swatch the shade I am currently using next to Norwegian Night so you can see the difference of the shades. And here we go. Oh my god. Guys, guys, run, get these are one and done, and I am done. So I ended up redoing a little bit of that liner because I wanted that smoky effect to be there, but I'm so happy with the eyes. I feel like this full face of first impressions is already a success because of those eyeshadows. They just look phenomenal to me. But let's move on to the mascara now. I have my Simply Nam mascara with me right here. This is their instant lifting and lengthening mascara, so I'm hoping that I get both of that. I do have backup false lashes with me, however, because I am that person, all right? So let's open this up and see what the wand looks like. Okay, so this is a one-side comb wand. I hope that you guys can see that there are no spikes over here, but only on the downside. So we only have spikes on one side. Okay, interesting. Let me wiggle this through the lashes. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Do I have an instant lift and length? Do I have that yet? The formula doesn't feel too wet, which is nice. I don't like extremely wet mascaras. I feel like they do nothing for my lashes, like absolutely nothing. I do like a thicker mascara, but I'm gonna say that the wand doesn't feel that natural on application. Like I'm so used to like a 360-degree spiked wand that this feels a little unnatural of sorts. Maybe if I use it a couple of times, I get used to it, but right now it feels slightly unnatural. And I'm also gonna go on the lower lashes, which feels very risky because again, I'm not too used. Like I'm not too used. Like I'm not you. What am I trying to say? Like I'm not used to. Yeah. Wow. I'm not used to like having to turn the wand so that I can have the exact place that I want to place on my lower lashes and all of that. So it feels a little risque business. Mm, okay. I feel like it's weighing my lashes down, like they're not lifting up, but like going like that, which is their general direction too. I want them to be like this, like not with my eye like that, of course, that's going to be a little scary, but I want them to be like this. Now I don't curl my lashes. I don't curl them with any mascara that I use. So it's not like something different that I'm doing for this mascara. I don't want to do it just because they've suggested to do it, because that's not how I use a mascara. This feels okay-ish. Again, the bar is set too high, guys. The bar is set high. I'm not lowering it down. Now, I went in with another coat of mascara just to see what it would do for me, and it gave me a clumpy party right here, and also got it all over my eye on this side. So, I love that for me. But we're gonna ignore that. I'm gonna wait for the mascara to dry. By that time, I can do my falsies because I have a couple of options from a new brand called Pinky Gold. I am not gonna say that I didn't find the name a little funny. Pinky, I don't know Pinky Goat, like why Pinky Goat, like what does it mean? But basically, these are vegan lashes, and I'm really excited about that. I have a lot of different options like half lashes and everything, so that's interesting. But I think I'm gonna go in with this one today. This is Mariam, and these are very fluttery and very natural. These are like a transparent band as well, and I feel like that would be so flattering with the look I have going on because I want the eyeshadow to peek from beneath. So I'm gonna quickly pop these on. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this on camera or off camera because I don't know, because lashes, and I haven't even opened them yet, so I'm still struggling with that. Alrighty, we have lash glue on the lashes, which has turned tacky, so I'm going to put these on, and hopefully they are easy to apply and look beautiful on the eyes as well. So we are just dropping it from up top, adjusting it according to our lash line, pressing it down. These look so pretty already. Oh my god. I just wish that the mascara was a little better because look at how gorgeous these lashes are looking, but that clumpy party from beneath is spoiling my mood. So I'm gonna break that clump up. But these are gorgeous. They look so beautiful. If you're someone who's like into like natural lashes and you don't like dramatic lashes, I mean, I can do both. I can do both. I can do both. I can be your boy toy. I can be your bride. No, no, no to that song. But but I feel like I love any style of false lashes except like the ones that look very, very like pokey and all of that. But this looks so pretty. It's so fluttery, so natural and nice, and it was rather easy to apply as well, so that is a yay. My lashes are on. I'm still waiting for the glue to dry down on this eye, but honestly they saved the day for me. The mascara turned out to be slightly disastrous, and these just restored my faith in makeup all over again. More so over my faith in false lashes making everything better. But let's finish off this look with the lipstick, and I have quite a few shades from a brand called as Doro. I hope that's how it's pronounced. I'm not too sure, but I have quite a few shades. This is a new brand, I think so, and these are their matte liquid lipsticks. I'm thinking I want to keep it in the family of nudes, like specifically not red. Like I don't think that's gonna look good, or even maybe like a brighter pink. Nah. So we have a couple of nude options right here. So should we do like a very nude? No, this is concealer lips. Then we have like a brownie nude, which I think can go nicely with this one. Then we also have like a deeper. Ooh, I think this would look nice. I think we can do like a ombre of sorts with these two. We also have like a peachy nude. Even this would look nice. I think I'm gonna go for the slightly more riskier affair. If I don't like it, I can lighten it up. This is the shade Vino. Vino. Oh, okay. This looks much different when I took the doe foot applicator out. This looks much more like wine or vino, hence the name. So I think we're gonna be canceling that out. And my next option is gonna be cinnamon. So a much healthier option than vino for sure. Yeah, looks much better. Let me just apply it. Ooh, this is a nice cool toned brown, and it's going very easily on the lips as well. Definitely feels like a formulation that I have tried, has that typical vanilla muffin cupcake kind of a fragrance. I want to see the dry down time for this, like how much time does it take in drying down. But it looks nice on the lips, like the shade looks nice. Should we like lighten up the center with the help of buttercream, cinnamon buttercream? Are we baking here? I hope we are. Just a little bit here to get like an ombre, not much, like I'm not putting in a lot of it. And I'm gonna quickly blendy blend. I like that shade, it's nice, and these dry down really quickly, but they don't feel heavy on the lips again. I think that's the theme for this video. It does not feel like I have a matte lipstick on, like a plaster on my lips. It feels again very lip balmy and natural on the lips, which is something I like, but the shade, so good. And now that my makeup is done, it's time for the test I promised you guys. So the first test, oxidization. I have my foundation right here. Let's quickly test it out if it oxidized or not. Okay. Why isn't it coming out? I have squeezed it a lot and it's a new product. All right. I am not getting any. We have enough foundation to do 10 more faces. I'm going to try and see if I can put that back. It took me Hulk strength and for some reason this happened, but I'm just going to take a little bit of this foundation and I'm going to run it down my neck. I don't think the foundation has oxidized that much, right? Like it still looks pretty good and blended out. So that is a yay from my side. I also did a flash test. Thankfully, there is no flashback. So that also gets a thumbs up from my side. Now, if I have to sum up this video in two of my favorites and two of my least favorites, I will have to say I love the concealer stick and the eyeshadows. And two of my least favorite products have to be the highlighter and the mascara. Everything in between is nice, but I would like to try out more so I can give you my solid opinions on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first impression video. I feel like it was a nice, fun, fresh change. Like us just chatting about makeup and all of that. Let me know if you enjoyed this. If you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It will mean the absolute world to me. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care. Bye.